Man, what's going on, everybody? Swagged out, and you already know why I'm here. And yeah, we're here for another fragrance review. Now, this fragrance review is coming from the house of Primera Perfume. It is their latest release. Shout out to Bader and folks at Primera, because this one is going in a direction that I was not expecting at all. But somehow he manages to get it rocking. Now, what I mean is that I typically don't like green fragrances, and any fragrance is super vetiver forward. I'm kind of precautious about because I know what to expect, and yet somehow Bader always has the ability to create vetivers that are super dope, and I end up loving. So I'm really excited to see what we're working with here, and of course, let's get into it. So here is our fragrance, and this is Volcano Vetiver, and yeah, as the name would imply, it's very vetivery, very green, but I'm telling you, Bader always does something with these quote unquote green forward fragrances that somehow end up doing something magical at the end. So I sprayed one here earlier. This is the new one. Both very reminiscent one of the other. This one that has more dry down already. It's getting spicier, a lot spicier. So let's talk about notes real quick. In the beginning, you're gonna get bergamot, clary sage, green leaves, citrus accords, and cypress. In the mid, you're gonna get fruits, geranium, spicy notes, which is already popping up over here, sandalwood, black suede, leather, and nutmeg. Yes. And in the base, you're gonna get amber, musk, patchouli, vetiver, and cedarwood. So you got a nice blend of woods, creamy wood, woody wood, greenish wood, a whole lot of greens in the opening. And that's what you're kind of gonna get as it opens up. It's gonna get that blast of that clary sage, that green leaves, the citrus accords, the cypress. It's a very green, watery green, but very, very, very forward green with touch of citrus that makes it a little more palatable if you're not a green lover like myself. The opening is already kind of tamed, but you know it's about the green party if it goes any further this way. Luckily for people like me, those fruity notes definitely soften up some of that harsher, deeper green, right? And you're gonna get those spices. Now, I was saying yesterday, if you're a fan of Primera Perfume and you know Pirates, right? Imagine if Pirates was a green forward fragrance, and somehow that green becomes better based on everything else about Pirates. Very similar thing here, because you have these nice spices, you have that nutmeg, you have that leather that's really going to offset a lot of that green, and it almost starts to feel more like a leathery green, but the spices feel like they're taking over at certain points. So maybe it's kind of spicy green, and of course by the time you get to the dry down here at the base, you're going to get that amber, you're going to get that musk, that patchouli, and some more wood with that cedar. And of course, as the name would suggest, you get that vetiver in there. All together, all these notes really become essentially a green-ish, creamy fragrance with a nice load of spices in there and some amber in the base to give it a little bit of sweetness, but not too much at all. So don't expect this to be like a vanillic, ambery fragrance. What it's going to be is green, but green done in such a way that, yes, when I smell this, can I identify this is a green fragrance? Absolutely. Do I feel like it's a green fragrance I should stay away from? Not at all. I love the creamy consistency of it, and the way the spices really almost take over, but still let this be a vetiver fragrance is amazing. Now, this is what I say Bader always does well. He lets the fragrance be a vetiver fragrance with doing all these other little things to it that really elevate it and make it likable. Unlike a lot of the other places you can go for vetiver forward fragrances that just feel like a harsh vetiver. And I know some people like that. So my thing is this: if you're into the deeper vetivers, I think you'll still like this. You'll like the ability it has to do other things. And if you don't love vetiver, there's still a lot going on in here that you can like without vetiver being the star in such an aggressive way. Creamy, spicy, kind of woody, and green. For sure green, but it almost becomes like a watery green to me. It's not one of those harsher greens that make me think I wish I would have just bought a blue bottle instead. And I'm not even about that blue bottle life, but greens can be kind of aggressive to me. This is number 3 for me. This is number 3 of Vetiver forward fragrances that Primera Perfume makes. And again, Bader just, he finesses that vetiver and makes it something crazy. Can you wear this to a date? For sure. Can you dress this up? Actually, I think a dress up date, the office is super appropriate. It has this really elegant vibe to it, very mature. Yeah, just classy. And again, I'm really hyped about the fact that this is green and I have so much good to say about it, because that's typically not how I feel about green forward fragrances. So with all of these Clary sage, green leaves, it is citrus accords, but I think it's more like the greener citrus. Cypress, it's a very green opening, only to be met with more vetiver and the base, and somehow that mid really ties everything together so nicely. Again, we talk about those fruits, that geranium, those spicy notes, that sandalwood, that leather, that nutmeg. I want to say, apart from all the green from the top and the vetiver in the bottom, that middle is the star, or at least an unsung hero, because those fruits, that leather, that nutmeg, those spices really bring everything together so beautifully. I am a fan. I'm absolutely rocking this. You should get your nose on it. If you love vetiver, get your nose on this. If you like leather fragrances, get your nose on this. But if you love amazing, beautiful fragrances that are not trying to do what everybody else is doing and still smell amazing, then absolutely get your nose on Volcano Vetiver by Primera Perfume. Hey, that's all I got for y'all. Fragged out, swagged out. We out.